for another country, and this is going to be my second properly overseas territory kind of thing. Now I kind of did the UK, but that doesn't count considering they're all technically one country. Northern Ireland, Northern Ireland, Wales, England, and Scotland are all part of the same country kind of thing. Just kind of different areas all in the same country. So yeah, this is my second overseas territory, and it's not got anything to do with Portugal, but it does have something to do with the Ionian Peninsula. So yeah, going on about the Canary Islands today. It may be a little short, maybe shorter than yesterday's, but here we go. As we're going on about the Canary Islands today. So yeah, the Canary Islands has a colourful history that spans back about 1,000 years. Over 1,000 years, and has experienced prosperity, extreme poverty, piracy, and mass emigration, and now is a major tourist destination. As the Canary Islands culture can be rich in gastronomy and the arts, but the archipelago obviously has heavy Spanish influences, as in the languages, cuisine, and music are still kind of unique. As a language would later go on to kind of influence Latin American Spanish. So yeah, going on with the history. The archipelago's history was recorded since about the 1st century, when Roman explorers came across what they believed to be uninhabited islands. Although records were made of the discovery of ruined buildings, little is known about the inhabitants before the time, as many European explorers detailed the islands, and they encountered an indigenous population functioning on a Neolithic level, and collectively these tribes were referred to as Guanches. And numerous Arab traders have visited the archipelago as time rolled on, but it wasn't until the 14th century that the Europeans started to settle the Canary Islands, particularly on Lanzarote. At the end of the 15th century, the Castilians, now at the time of Henry III, began to colonise the islands, and from Lanzarote the forces conquered the islands of El Hierro and Fuerteventura, and soon after the islands were accepted their first European monarch, Jean de Betancourt. And although Betancourt ruled on behalf of Castilian King Henry, he went about extending the Iberian kingdom's influence over the remaining islands, much to the displeasure in all of the natives, who were finally pacified towards the end of the century in 1495, when the archipelagos became part of the Kingdom of Castile. And over the century after that, the Canary Islands prospered as a result of the cultivation of sugarcane and wine, and as a stopover for the merchants who were emigrating to the New World, leaving the New World. And during this period, some of the islands' architecture, some of which can still be seen, was constructed, but the wealth of the neighbourless archipelago became to attract the attention of foreign privateers and pirates, who were the most notable attack occurring in 1559 at the hands of the Dutch, and the forces pillaged San Sebastian on La Gomera and the Gran Canarias Mas Palmas and Santa Cruz, but retreated after failing to sack Las Palmas. But the fortunes of the Canaries slowly started to change during the 18th century, when its economy, still dependent on sugarcane, came under competition from Spain's new colonies in the Americas. And towards the end of the century, immigration to Spanish America was commonplace among the population, and it is estimated that more than 50,000 Canarians immigrated to Venezuela alone during the 19th century. In the early 20th century saw the archipelago split due to the rivalries between the merchants of Santa Cruz and Las Palmas, leading to the dual capital cities of the Canary Islands have today. After the fall of Franco and the establishment of a democratic constitutional monarchy, Canary Islands were granted an autonomous community of Spain status. The dialect spoken in the Canary Islands is similar to that heard in south of Spain and was the language spoken in the initial settlers of the islands, but it's also influenced by Caribbean and South American Spanish due to the immigration of Canarians to the Americas over the centuries. As Canarian diet is dominated by the sea and age-old produce of wine, and typical dishes generally include roasted fish, potatoes and garlic. White chicken and beef stews are also popular, and specialities include gofio. Spanish corn-based flour is added to numerous dishes and is used to make a dough-like side dish paella. And many of the local dishes have a big influence on the dinner of South America, again due to immigration. And a particular artist springs to mind of Spaniards when any discussion of Canadian art takes place. This are Manrique, and the artist may not be the correct term to describe the Canarian culture. He is known as a sculpture, architect, environmentalist and urban designer, among other things. And he saved many areas of the islands from crass overdevelopment witnessed by Spanish tourist destinations during the 70s and 80s, and restoring the charming colonial architecture of the cities and towns. And his legacy can be seen throughout the archipelago, from Jama's lava tubes to the Jardin de Cactus. And now it's moving on to legends. It's we might be talking a little bit about Atlantis. And why not? And why not Atlantis sang? Yeah? Come in! When Atlantis sank into the ocean, its highest mountains remained as islands, and the islands that still exist today are known as the Canary Islands. And the original inhabitants, the Guanches, were descendants of the last surviving Atlanteans, and there's some people are sticking to it. And Atlantis has been everywhere essentially. And the Canaries might have nothing to do with Plato's perfect city, but they still are strong links with ancient history. So yeah, gonna cut it short there and hope you enjoy it, and also yeah, bye for now.